Okay, so what I'm able to do is if I want something, I go into the future in my brain, which is powerful, and I visualize exactly what I want. So I'm there, I'm in my future. And then I think about every single thing I need to do to make that happen and every single thing that could stop that from happening or what I need to avoid. Then I go right back. Like I was just in the future, thinking about watching myself on my television network. So because I do that, that means I have to think what would be the worst case scenario, and then I have to think what would be the best case scenario. And then I eliminate every single thing that I think could happen, which I call art detecting. And then I put everything and every single attitude and person around me in my vision that's gonna make me get to what I want. And also, I try to get the people around me to think about the same exact vision. So you can inspire people and all that energy is focused on one thing that they can visualize in their head, then it becomes a tangible reality. And I know that to be a fact because it's happened. It's a fact for me. So I continue to do that. I know that anything I can imagine, I can make happen. So I am really careful about how small my thoughts are because I don't feel like wasting time in a 24-hour day making this much, and I could spend the same amount of time with the same amount of energy if I art detected right at this much. And with this much, I can help so many more people that I love. So that's how I look at all perspectives. It's the only way to prepare you. The more you're prepared, the easier your time is. What I tell my staff and everyone that works with me is, the more you care, the more you prepare, period. And thinking is a part of that. You'd be surprised how many people are scared to think. Most of my arguments don't come from me pushing somebody physically. It's from me pushing them to think. I'm like, God damn, you don't want to think? It's harder to run a fucking mile than to think. So why is it less scarier to work out than to just think? And it doesn't take any physical effort. It's about a perspective. Why are people so scared of the unknown? Just because you don't know an answer. Like, Google was so foreign to me up to a couple years ago, as surprising as that may seem. But Raquel, who's wifey for lifey, remembers the moment that I was like, holy shit, I could find out everything all this time. You know, all I would have had to do was look, and I would have seen how easy it was. But because it was unknown in the moment, I thought it was complicated. How many times do you get a remote control, it does 3 million things, but just because you don't know how, you can't figure it out. You're like, all those other things. Even though if you look at it, it will make life a bit easier. I think I got yelled at one time when I was 4, and I felt embarrassed, and I didn't like that feeling. So I did what the guy did with the cold. I figured out how to never be embarrassed. You just don't give a f. Once you don't give a f what people think, like, logically speaking, why would you care about what someone's opinion is that you don't love, that doesn't love you, that's not even playing the same game you're playing? That's only, you know, the only reason why they have something to say is because they're insecure. I don't see why I would be concerned about some insecure asshole. Like, I think 1 million lames combined cannot equal one cool person. And meaning someone that's just honest about who they are. It's not relatable, it's not realistic to think that anyone is perfect and anyone that is evil, because it's just not true. And the good thing about imperfections is what makes you cool is how you deal with it. That's what makes you cool. So I've never been afraid to be wrong.